a badge, and a bird. Sweat ran between her breasts under her vest, and she adjusted her heavy belt. Her feet ached, and she wanted to just sit on the bench, to feed pigeons or play hopscotch, or spring into an impromptu dance with friendly neighborhood teenagers, or do whatever it was that all the Back the Blue Facebook videos showed as community policing. But she settled for resting her palms on the back of the bench and trying to convince her brain to convince her feet it took the weight off. She was so damn tired. 10th day in a row of 12-hour shifts, each briefed with grim warnings of the latest threats and ambushes and protests gone awry. Her mom begged her to quit. "Everybody hates you," she cried. "They just want you dead." And she wanted to quit. The sergeant was a misogynist and the corporal was dirty, but how could she? Who would have stopped that man from beating his wife's head in with a hammer, or talked that teenager out of killing herself, or pulled that baby out of her car seat as the car slipped into the river, or promised those elderly shopkeepers that they didn't have to be afraid of the gangs anymore if she quit? Who'd keep her partner alive, or just keep him from giving up and eating his own gun if she walked away? She'd seen the news. She'd seen the tear gas and the assaults, and she was done making up stories to explain it all away, but she couldn't just quit, just walk out on everyone who still needed help because some of the helpers were the whole hurt. Maybe the entire barrel was rotten. Maybe she was rotten too. But as long as even that rotten barrel might stand in the line of fire and save somebody, anybody, she couldn't drop her badge. Her partner emerged from the corner store with 2 coffees, like they weren't hot enough already, but there was a weird strength in the cheap styrofoam ritual. She straightened up, her fingers dislodging a scrap of paper wedged under a screw on the bench. A little bird stared up at her from the ink drawing, and she fancied he struck a martial air. She wondered if it was some secret message from the protesters, who gathered mostly at night, some coded missive. Can't get a more peaceful protest than that, she thought, and wedged it back into place. Maybe this little bird has the answers we need.